trying to see if I can stream 2 streams at a time. I've got a vertical and then I've got a horizontal. Kind of cool. Oh, the microphone. My fan, yeah. My laptop fan is really trying to, cool it down. So, my laptop. And so, that's weird. But anyway. Okay, let's go ahead and get started, I guess. Starting off with physiology and histology. The 20th, I think. It doesn't look like the stream quality is that good at all on my laptop. It looks horrible. Maybe it has to do with the bit rate. Let's try changing that. No, didn't change anything. My phone still seems to have the best quality. It's so weird. Oh well. Anyway. Physiology and histology. I don't think we had anything for yesterday because our Canvas was down. Hey everybody. Yeah, Canvas was down for our school, so I have to, what am I doing? I'm trying to study so that I can help my understanding, but so maybe I can also help you guys. This is vet school stuff. So we had some immunology. I guess I'll just start off with that. I don't have much time today, unfortunately. But ooh, that's crazy. I've never had that happen to me. That's wow. I've never. Your streaming's disabled. Ooh. Sorry to hear that. That's that's a weird situation. Okay, well, I better get started so I can get to school on time. Type 2 hypersensitivity. This is more of pathophysiology. So basically, there's cytotoxic hypersensitivity. A cell associated antigen, which can be part of a cell or just adhered to the cell, like IgG or IgM. Basically, I don't know, acts as an opsonin or something. I mean, this is hard for me too. I'm just going back over it. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you again, man. There's membrane attack complexes, which they drill holes into the cell membrane and then they lyse the cell. Hey, Blitz. And yeah, macrophages have Fc receptors too. They engulf cells and phagocytize. My day is good so far. I mean, it hasn't started too much. I have school in an hour, so I've got to kind of make this look quick if I can. But it's going well so far. How about you? Then the spleen is full of macrophages, and then there's also things called Kupffer cells in the liver. What do I know about the osmosis gradient? A lot, I guess. Osmosis is the movement of water from areas of high concentration to low concentration, and from areas of low concentration of solute to high concentration of solute. Clinical correlation of immunologic mechanisms. There's intravascular lysis, or intravascular hemolysis, and extravascular hemolysis. Intravascular is like complement cascade stuff, and then extravascular, thank you, Blitz, I appreciate that. Extravascular is phagocytosis or opsonization. Then an example of extravascular hemolysis is seen in splenomegaly, which is enlarging of the spleen. It happens because all the blood lyses. That's what hemolysis is. Hemo, blood, lysis, breaking, I guess. Intravascular hemolysis is what you see in hemoglobinemia and hemoglobinuria. Hemoglobinuria. It's hemolyzed plasma, and your urine can be red as a result. What's the benefit of sea salt versus normal table salt? Not much. Not much. Especially not nowadays with all the microplastics in the sea. I use iodized table salt, but I mean, I've also used sea salt, so. Anaplasmosis is an example of extracellular hemolysis in cattle. But yeah, type 1 hypersensitivities, the antigen's going to be soluble. The immune reactant is IgE, and the effector cells are mast cells, eosinophils, and mediators. And type 2 hypersensitivity, the antigen is cell-associated. The immune reactant is IgG and IgM, and the effector, about that. Table salt made with. Silica is the main ingredient in glass. Normal table salt is made usually probably in a lab. They use sodium and chloride. And iodine, usually in the form of potassium iodine, Potassium iodate, I don't know, something like that. Blood group antigens. Yeah, so you know how there's like type O blood, type A, B, AB. So if you give the wrong transfusion to someone, their body can destroy those blood cells, and it's not a good sign. What is Rh negative? I think you're referring to the certain protein on blood, like there'll be AB positive or AB negative, and that's talking about Rh positive or Rh negative. I'm not sure. I learned about that long ago. Don't remember. But it's a good question. If I figure it out, I'll tell you if I remember. So, yeah, they can have a complement activation and aflatoxins, and that can trigger a coagulation cascade, which literally causes their blood to coagulate inside them. Not a good idea, or not a good thing. Cats and dogs are different. Cats have type A and type B and type AB. Type A is dominant over B, so it's kind of weird that type AB exists. Type AB is very rare. Type B itself is rare, in the US at least. 99 or about 98 to 99% of cats in the US. It's okay. It's okay, True Skills, you're good. 98 to 99% of cats in the US are type A. They've got type A blood. And less than 1 to 2% are type B in the US. It's different in other countries, though. There's a lot more B in other countries, where there's purebreds, you know. Okay. Now, basically, giving an A cat B cat blood is not too big of a problem, but if you give a B cat A cat blood, it's a big problem. They can get pretty sick. Okay. And so that's why blood typing and blood cross matching is important before doing a transfusion. All right, so there's blood typing cards in clinics. Usually it's something like type A, type B, and then it'll agglutinate if the cat has a certain type, or if the human has a certain type. I don't know how they do it in human medicine. I'm in vet medicine, so I'm not a doctor yet. I'm just a student. Sorry, I'm having like a sinus infection or something again. Okay, there's something called cross matching, which is macroscopic evaluation. Then there's microscopic evaluation. Local honey. Are you talking about like allergies, or? I'm not sure. In canines, aka dogs, there's DEA. Okay, yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, local honey. That makes sense, because then it's local pollen and stuff. Yeah, I've heard that that's a pretty helpful thing. Um, because then you're like exposed, you're already exposed to the pollen, and so then you're exposed to the, yeah, I know what you mean. But if it's not local, then it's not the stuff you're being exposed to, and so. Okay, anyway, dogs have DEA 1, 4, 5, and 7. 3, 6, and 8 also exist, but you can't test for them. I think they used to have testing for that, but it just wasn't economical to keep it because they're not really that important. Um, Antibodies can develop against any antigen, but some aren't really significant. DEA1 is the most clinically important in dogs. For years, it was thought that there were multiple antigens. I do have a Discord. I don't know if the link is still good though. If you could, because I'm not gonna have time to make it active in the next 50 minutes. I've got to keep reviewing this stuff, and then I've got to go to school. But if you can, like, I don't know, leave a comment on one of my videos or something, or make a post in my channel to help me remember, then I'll try and get it reactivated. I think I've got a link somewhere on my channel, but I don't know. I don't think it still works. So anyway, I do have a Discord though. DEA. There used to be DEA 1.1, DEA 1.2, and DEA 1.3. They used to think it was 3 different antigens, but let me know if it works, True Skills, because I'm not sure if it does. They used to think there were 3 different things, but now it's one. Now they know it's one antigen with variable expression. It's like weak positive, intermediate positive, and strong positive. Now we just say if it's positive, it's positive, and if it's negative, it's negative. 98%. Yeah, that's fine, True Skills. That's okay. I mean, keep in mind I'm trying to trying to study here, but yeah, that's okay. I don't mind talking to people. I'm just trying to get. I'm in kind of a time crunch right now, trying to get this done. I should have woke up, or I should have. Yeah, I should have woke up earlier. I think that's grammatically correct. I should have woke up at like 4 to do this, but I didn't. So that's my bad. Most dogs are DEA 4 positive, so we don't really worry about that. If you get that message, it still works. You mean like on Discord? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the server, I think the server is still going. Just as long as you keep it family friendly, okay? If anyone starts cussing, like I don't even think I'm gonna give a second chance. I'm just gonna kick them. I'm tired of that. Okay, DEA1, test 4 in clinic. It's different in cattle, like bovine. Their blood is so complex, but they don't live very long. You have a troll bot that follows and hates? You mean like follows you into streams and stuff? Ooh, that's crazy. Well, if he joins, I'm gonna kick him. if he's trolling. Okay. Horses, EAA and EAQ, if they have a lowercase a on their factor thing, because their blood's a little complex too. But those are the two things. What, like doxes people? That's crazy. I don't know. This sounds pretty sketchy, man. Sounds pretty sketchy. Okay, and then, so there is a situation where if a stallion, for example, is AA positive and a mare is AA negative, and the stallion and the mare have a foal, and the foal is AA positive in the AA negative mare. Okay, True Skills. Thank you for the information. Then the foal can be attacked by the mare's antibodies past the first birth. Like if it's a second birthed foal, they might not live past the womb, but if it's the first one, they'll probably live past the womb, but then the colostrum that they get from the mare might contain antibodies. Not a good indication. Okay, we're done with immunology. Moving on to anatomy. Ooh, I don't know if I can talk about this. This is a lot of reproduction stuff. Thank you, True Skills. I really do appreciate that. I am a vet school student. Yeah, veterinary medicine. I'm only in my first year. Yeah, I'm trying. I appreciate the compliment. And I'm just trying to study, and maybe that's why I record my studying. Maybe someone will watch and they'll get something out of it, something they can use for their pets maybe. This isn't medical advice, but maybe one day it will be. I don't know. I don't know how that all works, but I'm just kind of... There's a lot of misinformation. Yeah, Rh negative and positive. I learned a little bit about that in advanced physiology in my junior year of high school, I think it was. But past that, we didn't talk about it much. I'm pretty sure that's just the yeah, the rhesus factor, or is it rhesus? Interesting. I didn't know that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure like O positive, O negative, that positive and that negative, that's what it's referring to. Rhesus Mokies. Oh, okay. That's okay. So yeah, there's a lot of reproductive jargon in this this material. I don't know if I can talk about this without this getting taken off YouTube, but there's things like cryptorchidism, where you fail to have dissension of one of the male reproductive organs, of which males have two naturally. And if you don't remove it, there can be a lot of problems. Could become a Sertoli tumor. Okay. Lots of important things for temperature regulation. The cremaster muscle Pampiniform plexus, tunica dartos. I wish I could talk about this more, but I'm afraid that it'll get taken off YouTube. Wow. Prostatic enlargement can occur in dogs. Big issue. Can be a real problem. All right. Okay. Well, I mean, that's pretty much all the time I've got for today. We're done with that. Okay. Well, I mean, thank you all for watching. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow earlier. Rhesus factor, is that how you say it? RH factor. That's really cool. Feel free to make posts on either my YouTube channel. I think you can post on that. I activated some setting, or on my Discord if you want, True Skills. I'd be happy to respond about the rhesus factor. That's really interesting. Or anything else you want to talk about. I'm here, happy to interact with y'all. But can't breed for the most part. One, maybe two. Are you talking about in humans or in animals? I don't know how it works in humans. If people... Wow, really? Oh, wow. So, like, if you are Rh positive and someone else is Rh negative, well, I guess it depends on the mother, right? Because if the mother contains the antigen, or no, doesn't contain the antigen, and the baby does, then the mother's antibodies will attack the baby, right? Is that how it works? I've heard about that, actually. Yeah, whoa. That's spooky. That's some spooky stuff right there. I wonder how they prevent miscarriages and stuff. Because that stinks. What happened afterward? Really? So they just all die? How are you supposed to have children? Wow. Ugh. That is spooky. I'm sorry you had to go through that, and your baby survived though, right? Did you, I mean, not like enjoy the experience, but yeah, learned a lot. I get that. That part is the part that I'm glad. I'm glad he's healthy. That's awesome. But yeah, that's really interesting to learn about. I mean, it's kind of a spooky experience, but I see what you mean about going through it and learning more about it. Oh wow, how old is he now? Oh, that's cool. Wow. 6'2". That's way taller than me. I'm only like 5'10". That's awesome. Well, I mean, yeah, that's very. I'm glad people. I'm glad we've figured out how to um, save babies from preeclampsia. It sounds like so. That's awesome. Are you the father or are you the mother? I'm sorry. I'm a little because you were saying my firstborn. I mean, okay, yeah. I figured because of the name, the account name. That's awesome. Once they get protein in the pea, it's over. Well, that's a really cool story. I I mean, I somewhat hope that doesn't happen to my kids, but like you said, it's a learning experience. But I mean, from you, I've already learned so much, you know. Now to go through it is kind of a different thing. It's kind of like if someone tells me, um, yeah, it's a good idea. I'll do that. I'll try to remember that. But it's like if someone tells you, don't drink and drive, because I've done it and I crashed and I almost died, and then you're like, okay, and then you go drink and drive, and it's like, oh yeah, I figured out why he told me. It's like I don't need to drink and drive to figure out why it's a bad idea, you know. I'm not saying anything you went through was a bad idea, but um, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. uh, I haven't. Uh, the only alcohol I've ever drank was sips when I was young, but yep, it's all under the blood now. Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta get to school in like 30 minutes. Um, but it's been great talking to you. TrueSkills. Very, very interesting story. I'm glad you tuned in. Um, see you later, man. And I'll see everyone else later as well. Thanks for watching, everybody.